Betelgeuse has been one of the most massive and volatile stars in our night sky, acting like a ticking time bomb, expanding, dimming, and flickering. Rumors of a coming supernova have circulated for a long time. However, no one could declare whether or not we would ever witness such a massive conclusion. Just recently, the James Webb Space Telescope confirmed what many astronomers feared but hoped to see as well. Betelgeuse began to explode, marking the passing of a star, the most significant natural occurrence in our realized cosmic neighborhood. However, Webb discovered more than the fate of one star. It may hold the key to comprehending how stars die and how life begins, including ours. Betelgeuse is more than a celebrity. It's a supergiant, a massive, unstable behemoth more than 700 times larger than the Sun and 20 times as massive, located in the shoulder of the Orion constellation. Scientists have studied its fluctuations, sudden, erratic dimming, plasma, explosions, and magnetic storms capable of reverberating through space for decades. However, in 2019, it did something no one had anticipated. It dramatically dimmed. Round the world, telescopes turned their focus on it, pondering whether we were observing the last act. However, it did not collapse, not yet. Betelgeuse instead continued its unpredictable pace until Webb was launched. With its unparalleled eyes in the infrared, the James Webb Telescope began an exquisite study of the star in detail. What it discovered was troubling. Bubbles of turbulent convection the size of planets exploded on its surface. Massive gas plumes escaped into space. And a significant structural change beneath it all suggested that the layers inside were destabilizing. It was not simply dying. It was preparing to give up. Months of infrared imaging confirmed the truth. The core of Betelgeuse was undergoing collapse, a supernova imminent. Unlike anything we've seen before, Webb's sensors penetrated the thick layers of gas and dust that revealed the star's surroundings, a complex chain of destruction. Hot radioactive material plumes were shooting into space. Shock waves of high velocity were traveling outward faster than the speed of sound in stellar matter. Furthermore, within that data, scientists detected signatures of newly formed heavy elements, fingerprints of a star breaking apart under its own weight. However, this was not just about admiring a beautiful and violent event. It was about witnessing the precise physics that underpin the transformation of matter. Webb's access allowed astronomers to see how stars create the elements that give rise to oceans, planets, and human life. Because Betelgeuse is located just 642 light-years from Earth, neighbor in cosmic terms, we are recognizing it with clarity and resolution that would not have been conceivable a few years ago. This is no longer speculation. It is real proof. Of the universe's end and rebirth, the demise of Betelgeuse isn't just a show of light in the sky. It's a jolt reshaping space as a whole. Webb's instruments have picked up high-energy ripples caused by gravitation and radiation expanding as a result of the explosion, suggesting that the supernova has the power to send gravitational waves that can be seen across the universe. Confirmed, this would be the first time we've connected an apparent stellar explosion to gravitational data fusion of light and wave that could change our comprehension of how space-time reacts to extreme energy events. In addition, Betelgeuse's explosion could be visible from Earth, brighter than a full moon with the naked eye, even in daytime. That means humanity could soon witness a celestial event that hasn't taken place in over 400 years. Yet the impact on science is even greater. By studying the interaction of shock waves with nearby gas clouds, Webb is revealing the origins of the universe's stars with the initial components for future solar systems. Betelgeuse, in its death, is already building the framework for new stars to ascend. However, possibly the most haunting aspect of Webb's discovery is what lies at the center of the breaking apart. Most dying stars leave behind a black hole, or a neutron star. However, Betelgeuse's data do not match either category perfectly. There are strange disturbances in the magnetic field, gaps in the plasma where none ought to be, and evidence of material shifting inward rather than being ejected, a process astrophysicists refer to as fallback. Currently, some experts believe that Betelgeuse may be forming something else entirely, a phase-change state between a black hole and a neutron star. If this is the case, then not only has James Webb witnessed a supernova, but it might have recorded the emergence of a brand new kind of cosmic object, a relic of a shadow class. Something beyond the models we have now, with the potential to redefine how we understand matter, gravity, and maybe the very nature of time itself. As soon as James Webb's observations confirmed Betelgeuse's state, research facilities worldwide entered emergency mode. Telescopes in Chile, Hawaii, Japan, and the Canary Islands were redirected. Antarctica's first neutrino detectors were installed, capturing the rarest particles. Radio telescopes tuned in to capture the low-frequency consequences. The World Astronomy Network entered what is now being known as the Betelgeuse Event Protocol. The world had never before witnessed a close stellar collapse this thoroughly and coordinated. But the responses were not only scientific. Writers, philosophers, and spiritual leaders began to reflect on what it means to witness the death of a star that ancient civilizations once worshipped, the mythical Betelgeuse. Shoulder of Orion, the hunter. In reality, it's a cosmic furnace that created elements that may now be included in our genes. And right now, that furnace is extinguishing. Humanity is more than watching a star die. We're watching a story that has been told for millennia come to its closing chapter in real time. Despite Betelgeuse being 642 light-years away, the energy it's releasing in its final moments is not contained in any way. The ejecta from the supernova is moving at thousands of kilometers per hour, crashing into nearby interstellar gas clouds. Already, these collisions are generating shock fronts, locations where particles are compressed, heated, and forced into new combinations. This process can start the formation of stars in areas that were previously dormant. In other words, Betelgeuse's death may arouse new stars in a chain reaction, lighting up areas of the galaxy we once believed were silent. Even more remarkable is what Webb is detecting beyond visible light, ultraviolet light, X-rays, and what seem to be gravitational distortions, altering the very fabric of nearby space. Betelgeuse had planets. They may now be either thrown into deep space or vaporized. But the harm done to humans on Earth is not physical. It's metaphysical. Because every signal we receive from the explosion reveals that we live in a universe alive with violence. As we examine the demise of Betelgeuse, an uncomfortable question arises. Is this what will become of our sun in the future? Well, the sun isn't massive enough to go supernova. It will die in a fiery crescendo in about 5 billion years. It, too, will grow to the size of a red giant, swallowing Mercury and Venus and possibly burning Earth to ashes. It will then collapse into a white dwarf, its outer layers falling into space in a slow, haunting farewell. Watching Betelgeuse, we're not just studying another star. We are looking at a warning, a fast-forward vision, a prophecy of what all stars, including ours, will one day endure. Webb provides us with more than data. It offers a glimpse into the future of the universe. Betelgeuse is an example of the fate of all suns, the death that is the source of life and the fire that recycles itself into fresh starts. There is a very unsettling quality about watching the universe's power unfold out of our control. We prefer to believe that we comprehend the universe and can predict, calculate, anticipate. However, Betelgeuse serves as a reminder that we are still new to a universe with a long history and far more intricate than we anticipated. James Webb's discovery forces us to question what else is waiting to be uncovered. Are there other witnesses to this? Could there be other civilizations observing a similar event from various angles across the galaxy? Could they have witnessed the extinction of their own stars, their own legends? Or are we the only ones to keep track of, categorize, and comprehend this spectacle? And if we are able to watch a star die in such detail, what else might we see next? a breaking down galaxy, a bending of dimensions, a signal intended for us. Perhaps Betelgeuse is not just a conclusion. Maybe it's an invitation. Betelgeuse exploded more than once. It whispered into the distance, ripped through space's stillness to demonstrate that a star can instruct even in death. That the universe isn't just a black hole of randomness, but a place of cycles, of endings that transform into beginnings, of life-sowing destruction. What James Webb revealed is more than just facts. It's a message written in light, in gravity, in time as a whole, a message we were never supposed to see this clearly, and yet now we are. We watched a star collapse from the security of our minuscule planet circling a still sun. We looked into a mirror and saw our origin, our destiny, our potential, and our insignificance. Because if we are able to observe this, understand this, record this moment, then perhaps we are not, after all, so small. Possibly Betelgeuse did not pass away silently. Possibly it screamed, and at long last we heard it. What do you think? Betelgeuse has shown us. Is this the tail end of a giant, or the start of something much bigger? Post your ideas in the comments section. If you think so, please share this video. Science isn't just about numbers. It's about awe. And don't forget to subscribe, because this is only the start. The universe is at last speaking, and we are finally listening.